All right, welcome everybody to another edition of the Time Warp Custom Paint Thursday night, late night paint night. We're coming at you from here in Hooper, Utah. I got my wife here. She, of course, should be here answering any questions that we have. We're going to kind of go over everything that we're going to be doing. We should have a few more people jumping in because we just had the last week's video just end, and it's going to jump straight into this live. So hopefully we got a few more people jumping in here. Let's see who we got so far. We got Deer Slayer. What up, man? Josh, Roman, what's up, dude? Lewis, Jeremy, hey, man, how's it going? Darren, William, probably said those a couple times. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Randy, Carrie, Caden. All right, so I have this board right here. It's already been sanded down. I'm going to scuff it down a little bit more. But I do want to show you real quick. We are going to go to a clip. I can't say quick and clip together. We're going to go to a clip on exactly how I prepped and I got the metal flake on this board. So I want to bring you up to speed as far as that goes. Some of you maybe have seen the other video. It's just a couple minutes long, so we'll go ahead and show that. Right here in a second. That way you can see exactly how I got up to this point, which is, I think, is very important. So go ahead, babe, if you want to hit that.
Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone.
Check out how I further customize this metal flake board. Check out my other videos. Thanks for watching. All right, hopefully that brings you up to speed on exactly how I got this board to this point. Just using a 600 grit sanding sponge, LiMELiNE sanding sponge. You can find these on Amazon. And you just get it scuffed down. So we're trying to get it fairly smooth. We did put the extra clear coat on top to smooth this out, using the sanding sponge to, give it a grit, give the paint something to stick to, and also get rid of some of that texture.
Randy gave you $5 super chat.
Oh, thanks, Randy. Appreciate that super chat. Okay, just a little bit of glass cleaner there. We'll get this cleaned up. This is going to take us a little bit, so I'm going to make sure I try to keep moving here. We don't want to be here all night. It's definitely going to be most likely a 2-hour video here, so just a heads up. Okay, I got that all cleaned up. We're ready to move forward with some tape. We got the 1/8 inch, 16th inch, and we'll be using the 1/4 inch a lot tonight because we got to put lines down the whole center of this to do that Sarape blanket. And I really don't want to be laying out these thinner lines. And I feel like it's just going to look better. We're going to get a better fade with these. But it doesn't mean you can't use some of these other sizes, which we'll use those in other places. speaking of that, we'll go ahead and start with the 1/8 inch. And I'm just going to follow the outside of this board, kind of eyeballing about a 1/2 inch, 1/8 inch, whatever you think you keep your eye on.
New paint gun, ETA yet?
Yeah, man, I should be getting those anytime now.
Jeremy said, nice seeing you on the Tucker podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Roman said, yeah, very cool.
Yeah, appreciate you guys watching that. Just going to follow the same distance all the way around the board here. Go ahead and take a razor blade. We'll get a fresh one out here. Okay, so where we're meeting these two lines, we're going to go ahead and trim that so it's straight. We're going to butt this right into that. Okay, there's our first line. It was easy as just following around the board. No big deal. Let's go ahead and move on. So what we'll do is, what I plan on doing is a leafing edge around here. Not sure what kind of leaf I'm going to use yet. I'm going to kind of keep that open. I might do it in candy colors. Not sure. But I'll figure that out later once I get to see the rest of the board and see what happens. But I do want it the usual about 1 inch that I normally do. So we'll just kind of eyeball that. You can run a piece of tape along that to help you, but I don't feel like that's necessary. You can be off a little bit and you really can't tell. Back that up a little bit. Let's try this again. A little fat there. Let me go ahead and pull that back up, and then we're going to meet it once again. Let me go ahead and trim this. The first part's never like super straight, so I'd like to like come back a little ways. Maybe right there. And then these straight shots are pretty easy because you can just hover the tape right across the top. Then meet it right in with that. Okay, looking good. We're going to go ahead and... So what I know I want to do is, like I said, I'm going to have that leafing right there. And I do want a strip of the Sarape blanket style fades in the middle. But I do want to cut it down a little bit because I don't want it to be so long. I want to be able to get all the colors in there. But yeah, so I want to do something here. So maybe what I'll do is I'm just going to come right off of here one more time. And then same thing right here. Eyeball that, make sure those All right, you see there, I just put a guide. I need to match up that point with this point. It's very important. That way we don't have this line starting way up there. We can use that as a guide. All right, that's looking good. Let's check this out. I'll go ahead and trim those edges. Okay, that's fine. I'm liking that. Same thing here. Trim the excess off. And I'm just cutting right on top of the tape right there, so there's no worries about cutting into the clear coat or the flake or anything. It's a really safe way to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead. We need to take a chunk out of this area and this area to maybe do a different design. Maybe we'll do some lace. Maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll take, if you guys have any ideas, maybe I can make something happen. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and maybe I'll line up with this. And then maybe I'll just break through. I don't want to take that much room. Let's go ahead and we'll just split right in the center of this. Okay, I like that. Yeah, like that. So maybe on this side, what I'll do is I'll do the exact opposite. So I came out of this line, just came into this line trimmed. And then this one, same thing, I'll just come out of this. I can use the holes as a guide, so it looks like I cut right underneath this one and then through those and right underneath that. So let's see if I can do the same thing here. Oh yeah, close enough. That'll work. All right, I can deal with that. Let's go ahead. So this will where the Mexican blanket will be here. Let me make sure I don't want to skinny that down. I think that looks fine. All right, we'll go ahead. There's our outline of the design right now. So basically, we have our panels made. We have a panel here. We have a panel here. Panel here. We'll have a strip of leafing around here. This will be a fade. But we will fill this up with different stuff. So we're not going to decide exactly what we're going to do. But before we move forward, I do want to run some 16th inch line around the edges of some of these lines. I don't want to really mess. I have a lot of work that's going to happen inside this panel. There's going to be a lot of taping going on. I'd rather have my 16th inch line on the outside of this panel because these are probably going to be lace or something easy. And I would rather not deal with that extra line on the inside. So quick tip on that. But I do like to double these up though. So as you can see, all I'm doing is I'm complementing the 1/8 inch line with the 16th inch line. Another cool thing is you can see how this kind of squares off right there. As long as you're not pulling on your tape too hard, you can make that curve. And you can see, I think it looks fancy like that. I like a point with a curve. I feel like it looks good. But that could easily just be cut into a point just like the 1/8 inch was.
Roman asked
if you have any bulk packages on 2-inch tape.
No, I don't have any on bulk on 2-inch. I do have the bulk on the 3/4 inch and the combo, the 1.5 inch. But I didn't know if people would be interested in that much 2-inch tape. So I did not make a listing of that. But hit me up. I mean, you buy from us enough that just let me know. I can make something happen.
Jeremy said, "What will the new gun be priced at?" Thanks, Adam. Like you said in the podcast, you inspired me and gave me confidence to go for it. I am now amazed at what I can paint and am making good money on as a side gig.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. The new gun is going to be priced. I think it's going to be just $100 more than what the entry level gun is. But I haven't got the final cost on that yet, so that's kind of still up in the air. Trying to get it to people as low as I possibly can. Edge that out right there. We'll trim.
Nolan said you should do a sugar skull in a panel.
Yeah, I wish I had the time for that. That's a good idea. I mean, a lot of people are doing the murals in the flake, and to be honest, I haven't done a lot of that. But I wouldn't mind giving it a shot, you know? So yeah, thanks for that. That might happen in the future. To be honest with you, I think I might need to figure out how to do it. Gotta try it on something else. I'm sure I can do it. It's definitely a different process than if you were with me last week and you saw the Newman painting. It would be painted different than that. It would be done just in candies over the flake. I'm guessing that's what he's saying, because that's what I'm seeing a lot of lately. Okay, one more here. Once again, I'm just kind of keeping an eye and trying to get about an 1/8 inch, a 16th inch. Just try to stay consistent. I'm going to make this curve, making sure I don't yank on the tape too much. Roll this one back a little bit. That way we can make a couple of turns here. All right. Okay, shoot, that was easy. We got that all lined out. We don't have any more tape as far as that goes. We do have a lot of taping that's going to go on here. Not too much there, not too much there. So we're gonna play that second video. So I do have some black candy here. We're gonna start with this. Here we go. This is some pre-mixed black candy that I have, but I do have a video that we're going to go ahead and, I can't say that again. A quick clip. We have a quick clip we're going to, and you'll be able to see exactly how I mix this. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that quick little video. We did have a couple of questions come in. Somebody did ask what the difference is between the new gun and the gun that we currently have. One's an HVLP. The gun we have now is an LVLP. They're pretty similar. One's a 1.3. The new one coming is a 1.4. Just a higher end gun. Anything, to be honest with you, you can make anything work. I mean, even the Harbor Freight gun would work in most cases. If you're using like a 1.7 and expecting it to spray like a 1.3 or 1.4, that's not going to work. But 1.3, 1.4 will get you through pretty much anything you need to do. I know it does for me. It's very rare that I'll move to a 1.7 or anything bigger than that.
Someone said,
I got the I got the Ghost Purple Pearl. I love the way it looks. It looked good when you use it, but better in person.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing in person for sure. And it can change so much depending on the base color that you're laying it down on. All right, I have this reduced. We're going to go ahead and edge all this out with a black candy to start out. Using the Harbor Freight Evante airbrush. Although I did encounter a little bit of a problem with this, the springing action started to get weak, but it was a pretty easy fix. I pulled this off. There was a spring in there. I stretched the spring out, put it back in. Seemed to fix the problem so far. So far, so good. All right, I'm just going to follow the tape lines here. Pretty easy.
Someone asked, Patrick said, what situation would you choose to use a 1.7?
1.7 would be used if you are spraying like the glass. If you're spraying the LiMELiNE glass, you need to have a 1.7 or bigger, preferably a 1.8, but 1.7 does work. Other than that, if you're spraying like a whole car and you need to spray primer, like a polyester primer, then that's maybe when you would also go with a 1.7. But other than that, if you're doing normal like custom painting or anything like that, you would stick in the 1.3, 1.4 range, and you should be good for everything. You know, I do have a 1.7 gun that just kind of sits back on the sidelines waiting for me to do some glass.
Someone said, so the older LiMELiNE gun will spray the metal flake and the glass?
It'll only spray the metal flake. Now the glass is going to need a 1.7 or bigger.
Jeremy said, what PSI do you run your new gun at? I'm running HTE right now, and I spray at about 20 PSI.
20? You know, I'm bad at the PSI, to be honest. I don't even have I have a regulator, the one that's hooked to the gun, but I don't actually have a gauge. I spray a little bit lower because I'm mainly spraying motorcycle parts, so you can get away with a lower pressure. You don't have to hurry as fast. But I would say I'm around the same, 20. If it's the last coat, maybe I'll bump it up a little bit, 22, 23, 24. Once you get in the 30s, that's crazy amount of pressure. That's like a fire hose. Forgot to cut that right there.
Any special prep for working on aluminum?
Well, you don't really have the corrosion factor, but you are gonna. I would still apply a epoxy primer because it's just so bulletproof. You know, anything epoxy, you have a hard time sanding it if you need to sand it. Scuffing it down is not too bad, but it's super bulletproof, and its name is epoxy primer, so epoxy is just meant to stick like hell. You know, that's just what that stuff is for. So yeah, a good epoxy primer would probably be the best bet for aluminum, although maybe not required. we go. Had a little hiccup there. It's a little too bright, maybe. Okay, here we go. Don't want any mistakes tonight. We don't want to dribble on that.
Someone, Jay said, keep cutting to these videos, and I feel like I'm back in class and the teacher has us watching videos because he's behind on his lesson plan or grading. All right, almost got it here. Not in the video? Oh. All right, looking good here. We got enough coverage there. All right, it's getting warm in here, huh? Man, it looks like we had a super chat roll in. Cody Daniel, $50. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, thank you. Man, I really appreciate that. Okay, we're at the stage. We have black candy laid down. We're not even going to. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on the Sarape blanket here because, like I said, we don't want this to last too long. I could always cover that later, whatever we decide to do on these panels. You got another $10 super chat from Swampy, and then he has a question too.
All right, all right. Thanks, Swampy.
He says, I'm using the U-Pull 2882 for Flake, but just have the fast activator. Should I get a can of slow activator with these high temps?
It depends on what you're painting. I don't. If you're painting a car, yeah, probably, because you got to get around it and you don't want it to dry too fast. So anything you can do to slow that down. But if you're painting motorcycle parts, I wouldn't even worry about it. Or skateboards. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. I'm going to raise this up just a little bit. Oh, wait, they're getting the whole board here. You know, maybe I'll just, I want you all to have the best experience you can here. So, okay, looking good. 1/4 inch tape. What I'm going to do here is, let's see. Let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and run some tape around everything that we don't want paint on, which is just right here.
Diablo asked, do you prefer black candy and black base for the lines? I found the candy isn't quite as dark.
Candy's not quite as dark, but it still has the transparent look underneath it. And you can see right there, you're just tinting the metal flake black instead of covering it. So you're going to have more of a sparkle underneath all of this. So yeah, I mean, it's not as dark, but you're more sparkly. Either way though. So with many years, I've only used black. You got to keep it more controlled though. Try not to do unless you want it that way, you can always do a bigger blend. But the nice thing is we're not losing any of the flake by using that the black candy.
Nico said, congrats on the product, branding, and packaging.
Thank you.
Dan said, I love watching the buildup of the final vision. Sometimes we are scratching our heads like, where is this leading?
Yeah, me too sometimes. Literally. I'm like, okay, well, I kind of figure out as I go. Maybe we'll just cover this up just a little bit more up here.
Patrick said, what is the recommended way to get rid of the waste?
The tape? Oh, the paint?
I'm not sure.
I really don't have a whole lot of waste. I mean, I have a lot of my stuff gets soaked up into rags and they end up drying out, to be honest. I don't really have like a bucket of like waste. So, but I know that you can usually call your local like transfer station, or if you have like a city dump, they can probably take it. As long as you're not a business, they'll take it.
Real said, is it okay to clean up mistakes with lacquer thinner, or should they be sanded out?
You can do either or. It depends if it's obviously in order to do either of those, to fix those mistakes, you would have had to have the project clear coated. So yeah, you could either sand it off of the clear coat, or you can use lacquer thinner or reducer. I prefer to use reducer. Just use the urethane reducer to pull it off. That's how I would do it, and it'll be less harsh on your base, your clear coat. You know, that base coat's meant not to really like attack. So I think your safer bet would be that. Okay, so very important. I'm going to start this in the center. Actually, I'll start it right here. We want to make sure that it is squared up and straight, because if not, everything's going to be like crooked. We don't want that. All right, that looks good. We'll go ahead, and my plan is I'm going to lay out 3 lines.
Where'd you get the skateboard?
I bought it on Amazon. I think it was $35. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and carve in just a little bit of a design.
Mr. C said, thank you for the great lessons. Isaac gave you a $50 super chat and said, just open my package. Thank both of you so much for some reason.
Man, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the super chat, guys.
Thank you.
Those don't go unnoticed.
And welcome.
I'm just kind of eyeballing this. You can measure it out and draw this out to start, but I don't even know really what I'm doing here. I just figured I wanted to do something. I'll keep that one. Something different a little bit just to break it up. Okay.
Mr. C's on here. It says he's been a member for 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like when I first started.
Oh.
Maybe not quite. Maybe a little longer now, but that's a long time. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, so just so I know where I'm at, I'm gonna go ahead and now none of this I'm doing is like a hard rule, so you can kind of play with this. You don't need to have this design. Work out however you want. I am gonna run an 1/8 inch pretty close to this, both sides. Okay. I'll end up probably doing that somewhere down here too, but I'm not sure. Like I said, this is gonna be my starting point. Does that seem straight? Yeah, straight enough. And I'm gonna break off both ways here. Okay, first things first. I'm gonna lay out, like I said, that's not a hard rule. I'm gonna lay out 6 of these and I'm gonna butt them up right next to each other.
Jeremy just gave you a $10 super chat and said, thanks again, both of you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you guys for those.
I'm gonna go ahead and maybe get a little bit closer here.
Thanks a ton. Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys.
Let's see, got 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I say? I was gonna do 6. Yeah. 5.
Corey Daniel says I've been a member for 2 years, 2 months.
Whoa, that's I think that's the whole time.
Mr. C said I was watching you for a long time before that. Before I became a super supporter, you were doing a lot of really cool motorcycle tanks and fenders.
Yeah, I hope to go back to doing a little bit more of that, but I like to switch it up a little bit. But we do have a tank that we'll be working on coming up here. We'll be doing some lives on that.
Yeah, that's cool. You guys have been members that long. It's awesome. I've been watching that long, and I see guys' names every week. So that means a lot. Thanks. It's awesome.
Okay, so I got those 2 right there. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm just kind of making this up as I go. I do want to use an 1/8 inch here. That way I kind of know where things will end. Okay. You really want to focus on making sure that you're butting up those lines right up next to the other one. I'm going to have a few errors here and there. I'm okay with it. What's that? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more.
Mr. C said, I'm glad
You switch it up. It shows us that anything is possible.
Yep. Paint will stick to a lot of different things.
And then he asked, will these layers of paint stand up to the flexing of the skateboard?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it'll hold up to a curb. Okay, so looking good there. We have 2 lines there, and we're going to fade out this way. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and do another 1/8 inch. Like I said, that way we can kind of keep track of when colors are going to change here.
Roman asked, when you're doing water spots, how do you accomplish the shadowing without affecting the artwork color?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I know you're concentrating. Sorry.
It's good.
When doing water spots, how do you accomplish the shadowing without affecting your artwork color?
Well, I think the biggest problem with doing your shadowing on water spots is moving the water itself by blowing it. Yeah, that's the only problem I've really encountered with that. I mean, the answer to that question is to thin out your paint more and to lower your air pressure. But yeah, water spots are one of those things where sometimes you gotta do them a couple times. You want to make sure you don't oversaturate the water drop too. One of these days we should do it. We could actually do it on this board. It'd have to be a part 2 though, because we're not waiting for water drops to dry tonight. Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Okay. Looking good. We'll go ahead and put the 1/8 inch there. This way, light to dark. Okay. I had to remind myself, sorry. Sometimes these get a little confusing. Okay, so I'm just trying to make the pattern the same, and there's also a couple other things I want to explain to you guys. That's kind of a little bit tricky. Is you're wanting to, these are going to be fades, so basically we're going to be pulling off tape in certain spots, so some areas are going to get more paint than others, which is going to make a fade, and it'll also create the line, this like stitch of a line. Now, which way you fade those is going to have a different look. So if you're fading dark to light and then dark to light again and then dark to light again, it will look fine. It's going to look great. But I feel like if it was light and then moving to dark and then back from dark back to light, so it looks like it fades in and fades out through each color. I don't know. I feel like that's the better way to do it. I don't think on my other video when I did this, I'm not sure what I did. I was going to go back and look. But now that I've done more painting, I guess, I feel like this might be the better way. But we'll find out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more.
John asked, is this going to be similar to the other Sarape paint you did, just with metal under the design?
Yes, I did do another Sarape blanket with pigments. It didn't turn out that good. This one will be much better. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like that last one. I did a Sarape blanket with pigments, and it just doesn't happen.
Mini hood, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you didn't like
I don't know, because I just try stuff. I didn't know if it was gonna work or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still have it here. Do I? Oh no, I probably threw it out. Get rid of that thing.
Jeremy said, yeah, this.
You can make money on other than motorcycle parts, as I found out. Just got done doing 2 mugs and a mailbox.
Oh yeah, badass. Okay, so we're dark to light, light to dark, dark to light. Okay, so right there, we'll go ahead and this is where we'll basically duplicate what we have here. The reason why I wanted to wait to do that way I knew the spacing right here. Looks like we have some gaps there. It's okay. It's okay. So once again, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Hey, you know that.
I'm learning Spanish.
Hey, if you guys speak Spanish, you can feel free. You can go ahead and Ashley can speak Spanish now.
No. I'm just learning. I can't speak it. I'm trying to.
Well, I think you should at least say a couple things in
Someone
Spanish.
said, you, my sir, have patience. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He has patience for him and myself, because I have none. So he has enough for both of us.
I stole yours, huh?
Yep.
Well, dang it. Oh, I did that wrong.
Josh says, been doing a lot of helmets and even decorative signs.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool. Roman said, with the water spots, I think it looked like maybe Cody helped him out answering it. So.
Yeah, it might have been just me answering it wrong. I don't know.
Well, he just said I used white shadowing from one side and black from another side, and it's killing the candy. Red it went over, and then Cody said probably could try the water drops before the candy.
Yes, very good.
Good job, you guys are learning. Yeah, it's cool. I'm helping him out answer.
Yeah, thanks for helping out for sure. Yeah, I notice on some of the messages that I get, people will chime in and help out with it. Because I don't get to all those. I did get to a lot of them today, but yeah, I did notice that, and I truly do appreciate that. So if you guys do answer questions for me, I won't be mad.
Owen Kennedy said, "Hi Ash and Adam, do you still have plans to start an online custom painting course?"
Yes. Yep. That is in the works. That will have everything you need, hopefully. Okay, so we matched up what we have there. I'm going to go ahead and run one more line there. Beautiful. Am I in the picture there, babe? Am I good?
Yes.
Okay.
How many years have you been painting?
That
was in Spanish. That he asked.
You got it?
Well,
Yeah.
I had to look up.
Oh, okay. It's
I
okay.
had to look up the last word. Pintando.
Okay, now you gotta tell them 18 years.
Oh. I'm not sure how to do the teens yet. How to say the teens in the
What? I thought you learned that on Sesame Street.
No.
You don't learn that?
No.
6. Okay, we got 6 there. And then we're going to do the 1/8 inch.
I know it's not uno ocho, but it's something like that. Something different. Tricky, eh? I was trying to learn it, and it said, "I want a cup of tea," and he thought it said, "I need to go pee." He's messed it all up.
Mr. C said, I would be numbering all those little pieces of tape so I could keep track of what needs to be what color and still mess it up.
Yeah, I'm not even worrying about color at this.
Me too.
At this moment, I don't even. We'll figure out colors when we get to it. But we're about there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
John said, I just did a Green Bay Packers
Whoa.
theme. I threw up because I don't like the Packers. That's a fake throw up.
Okay.
I don't like the cheeseheads. He did a theme on a mailbox for a friend. Good thing that's for your friend, not for you.
Man, I've seen so many Green Bay mailboxes. I think they have the record for the most mailboxes.
Well, now I don't have Aaron Rodgers. They're probably like, woohoo! Or they'll throw him out. I hate him.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I just don't like him.
What airbrush compressor are you using? Is it worth it to have separate airbrush and spray gun compressors if you could afford them?
Not compressors. Different spray guns. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe having 2 spray guns, one for your primer and one for your base and your clear. That's what I would do. But to be honest, you can get away with just one gun all the way through. 1.3 or 1.4 is what you want to get. Whether it's the LiMELiNE gun or whether it's the Harbor Freight gun, maybe buy like the $150 gun at Harbor Freight if you're gonna do that. The cheap one is like $40, and it's even a little cheaper than that. But yeah, that's all you got. Do it. Sorry.
Roman sent you a $20 super chat.
Ah, woohoo!
And Biker Nick sent you a $20 super chat.
What? Thank you so much, Nick. Nick and Roman?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys are getting value out of this. I might even learn a thing or two.
Tosh said, I just sprayed down some epoxy bolt primer on fiberglass trailer lid. It's thick stuff. I was just planning this old Mexican blanket myself. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, now you got it. And just so you know, you can rewatch these lives on the channel. And I think we have like 60 of them or something. We've got a lot. So you can go back and reminisce about the past paint jobs and all the cool comments and all the great super chats that everybody does.
Mr. C just gave you a $10 super chat.
Oh my gosh, thank you. They're rolling in today.
Brian said LiMELiNE gun is awesome. And then the Sig P said the Flake Under Candy Root Beer is my favorite color theme. If I ever get the courage to F up my paint, I'm going to run it on my 2021 FX LRS.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the root beer brown too.
Yeah, I think is your favorite.
Yeah, we're going to do some colors in this thing though. This actually in a root beer brown, say we were to do gold and root beer brown fades in this, it would look amazing. It would look really good, but we're not doing that. We're going to show a little more stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. We got it. We got the 6. And lay out the 1/8.
Lewis said the Harbor Freight Black Widow was a very good gun.
Yep, Black Widow.
Bullet holes.
No bolt holes.
No, I think he's talked about on the past videos.
Oh, yeah. The mistakes. Hey, you know, I should go back and do a bloopers reel of everything I've screwed up. Like all the drips, all the, oh man, all the paint pulls. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. But I don't know. We always make it through it, right?
Yep.
Speaking of making it through it, we're almost there. These gloves are killing me.
Roman said, when did you realize you don't need... Oh, sorry, you were counting.
No, you're okay.
When did you realize you don't need the best eye water to pull this off? Or did you always know that?
I kind of always knew because I started on the cheap anyways. But I did have a SATA. I did have the SATA after a while because I was convinced that you needed a SATA to do a good job. And then I found out you could have just used the lower end finish line back then. Back when I started, Harbor Freight wasn't very good guns. I think they only had like siphon feed guns at the time. But yeah, you don't really need all that. I mean, it's nice. They're nice. They feel good in your hands. They lay out super good. But when it comes to custom paint, usually you have to cut and polish in everything anyways. And you're not going to find a gun that I know of that's going to spray clear coat so flat and so perfect that you're not going to have to cut and polish it. Maybe some people do, but I feel like it still needs a, so you're going to be able to flatten out that clear no matter what. And generally we're doing, like with custom paint, it's not like a one and done kind of thing, like a lot of these collision shops, they definitely want the best equipment because they're wanting to be, 2 coats and you're done, 2 or 3 coats of clear and you're done. They don't do full on cut and buff. They're maybe cutting out a little bit of problems, like if there's maybe something lands in the clear. But other than that, they're the ones that want the equipment that's going to lay out as perfect as possible. That way they don't have much work to do afterwards. But when it comes to custom paint, we're layering a bunch of times. It's so smooth by the time we're done that it's not even that big of a deal. Kind of got crooked a little bit here. What the hell? I think we're okay though. Like, it's because I was working off the side, but we're okay.
Francisco said, first time here, definitely subscribing. Mr. C said, exactly, Ashley. How does a pro fix a drift or a mistake? Make something cool out of it, like a bullet hole.
Yep. Bullet hole, or you can put lace in certain areas that could, if it's appropriate. Yeah.
Scott said it's not a mistake, it's a calculated error. Are you layering your tape or going edge to edge with it?
I'm trying to hit it edge to edge. It's not, I've got a couple gaps here and I'll be fine, but it's not that big of a deal. I guess it depends on the method you're using. It would make a difference if you were using black, maybe. I don't know.
Lewis says, I've used a Binks number 7 for 35 years.
Whoa. I think that's old because it's a Binks. That sounds old. Okay. There we go. We got it. We're looking good. Woo. Let's show these colors off, huh? What do we got here? We got some gold already mixed up. Beautiful. Let's put this in the picture here. Got enough light, not too much. Let's go ahead and lift this up. Okay. Man, I mix these things full.
You only said the gold color.
Yeah, gold, blue, red. So with these 3 colors, we can also make, with the gold and the blue, we can make green. With the gold and the red, we can make orange. And with the red and the blue, we can make purple. Is that all of them? Did I say all of them? There's 3. Yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's all of them. So you don't need to buy the green. You don't need to buy the purple. You don't need to buy the orange because you got them right here. You just got to mix them up correctly, which 50-50 mix. A little bit more gold actually when you're making the, if I remember right, the green or the orange. Actually, it's the orange that needs a little more gold. The green actually turns out pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and move these off to the side.
As I said, that was a workout.
That was a workout.
Happy accidents, not mistakes. OG Joe gave you $10 super chat.
Oh, woo. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with the blue. So we're going to do blue fade, and then we're going to do another blue fade, and we're going to end up turning the blue into green. Remember how yesterday I was telling you that you can layer one color on top of the other color to make the other secondary color instead of actually mixing them in the cup? Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to show you that because you asked that. I figure if you're asking that, they might ask that.
I was asking that.
So if I show you, I show them.
Yeah.
So good thinking.
Good thing I
You're
challenge you.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of that. Let's we're going, let's see, fade in here. So okay. Here we go. We're going to pull off these 2. We do need to, we want this to stay silver. We don't want overspray on that. So we're going to go ahead and cover that up and protect that for right now. Okay, so the plan is go blue in both of these, and we're going to split off, and we're going to fade off colors in both directions here. Let's go ahead and fill up our airbrush.
When you're sanding a tank, do you cover all the holes to keep the dust out?
Yes, very good idea. Not only dust, but you don't want to get like clear coat and stuff up into like the petcock and into the, definitely you don't want to get anything into the fuel bung there.
Swampy said, I'm using your gun and an Aero Pro A61 pen. that has a 1.3, 1.4, and 1.7 will cover everything I will ever spray. And yes, I spray on bike parts.
Yep, that'll get you covered. I've never been a fan of the nozzles that you change out to different sizes, but I haven't really had very many. Okay, so we have blue up in here.
Are the colors you're using candy or pearls?
We're using a transparent candy right now.
Can you use pearls for true flame?
You can use, no, you can probably try. It's not going to look that realistic, in my opinion. So I'm going to get this pretty saturated because, now keep in mind, transparent paint, we're laying this down underneath. Oh, somebody's clipping in there. Maybe I think that was you.
I didn't touch anything. Someone's in here messing around with it.
What you got going? Right there, hit that. Here we go.
What just happened?
We got sabotaged. Okay, we're all right. We're going to fade this off both sides. Go ahead and put this down.
Did you finish saying why you wanted to really saturate it?
Yeah, I really want to saturate it because I was going to kind of go over that. This is a transparent paint, so you can see the flake through the paint. It's not actually covering. The more we stack this transparent paint, the darker it's going to get. So hopefully that makes sense, because with a regular paint, if you were to get full saturation, say like you were to paint straight black, you put it down, you put more and more and more on, it's going to stay the same color. It's going to stay black. Or say like you were using a pigmented yellow, just a regular solid yellow. Once you get the yellow down, you put more on that yellow, it's not going to get more yellow because you've already covered it all up. Considering that this is a transparent color, the more you stack onto it, the darker it's going to get. That being said, like I consider it kind of like, if you know the little acetate sheets of the colors that you can put up, you know, if you were to stack those, you know, 10 deep, it would get so dark that you literally couldn't see through it. You know, that's the same kind of method here. It's like laying down sheets of glass. Okay, so we got those pulled. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Okay, so you can see I still sprayed it pretty dark, but you can still see the line there, right? You can still see how it's just a little bit darker on the two I did previous. And we'll just repeat the process right here. This will be line number 3. And you can go over the whole thing, really. You can kind of graze over the whole area. As long as you're not saturating it too much to make it to where it re-wets and it blends and you lose the line. That's what you don't want. Okay, oh, it's looking good there. We still see there's a fade going on there. We got 3 there, so we got 3 more to go. Okay, that's good. Don't want to lose it too much. There we go. And that didn't look like we did much, but if you look at it now compared to silver, it's quite a bit. And really, we just want to barely. Oh, looks like I'm out of paint. Let's see. Oh no, I guess I got some in there. And that's it. You don't want too much in there. Okay. Put this airbrush down. Check this out. Oh, let's not use that. Okay, you can see that's looking really good. I'm liking that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and since once again, I talked earlier how I went dark and into light. Now where I start this right here, I could go dark again and go to light again. But I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like this is better. And I have to actually see it. And once I'm done with it, I'll know. But I feel like going light again with a different color and going to dark this way. So going dark this way again to light. Because we're going light, shift into a different color, back into it dark. I just think that's going to look great. I'm talking it up, so it better look good. All right, so right here, we're going to do, what color should we do right here, babe? Let's do orange, because that's a good contrasting color. I asked you, and then I just
No.
took it away. Were you going to say orange?
I didn't even have time to think. You asked and then answered. So.
Well, I knew I just wanted you to say orange, just so you know.
Okay, orange.
Oh, yes. That's exactly what I had in mind. Great idea. Okay.
The SIG P said, when layering
two colors to create a different color, is it simply relying on the opacity of the colors, or is there a mixture thing going on?
You would mix it and see what it looks like. Basically, you're just mixing the two colors and it makes another color. And then you would change it up to whatever tone you want that to be. So if you want it more purple, then like dark purple, maybe you'd put more blue than red. If not, it's going to be like a reddish purple. And we'll kind of go through that too. I did want to shield that off. We're going to go both these ways. I also want to shield this off as well. And then, okay, so we're going to make that orange, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to spray it red, and then we're going to go back with a gold after it's done, and we'll kind of wash it into an orange. And then the nice thing about the gold is not so strong of a color that it's really transparent and you don't lose much detail. The only time I wouldn't really, maybe even on the purple, I think would be the only time I wouldn't layer them while they're on the board. I would mix the color rather than layering the two together, because by the time you got the red and the purple on, it's going to be a lot of candy. So we'll only do it with the gold today. We'll mix our purple up if we're going to do purple, which we probably will up here. Sorry, that was a lot. So yeah, two ways. We could put a little bit of the gold in here to make the orange, or we can go ahead and spray the red and then spray the gold over the top, making the orange all together. That way I can show you how that's done. It's going to work great. You see how transparent this is?
like a Jolly Rancher.
Like a Jolly Rancher. Yep. Don't eat it though.
Yeah, don't eat it.
Okay. Got the airbrush cleaned out. Got the red reduced with urethane reducer. Fill it up.
can only be learned from experience.
Kinda. Took a minute to figure all that out. All right, nice thing with red is we can get this nice and deep. We don't want to do it all at once. Kind of just layer that up a little bit. Let it dry. Okay, liking that. Get these guys a little closer, huh?
Swampy's just said that there is a color chart on the sides of the cans, which is true. Thanks for reminding us. That.
Yes, that is a great thing to bring up. There is on the side of the can. I can kind of get a glimpse of that real quick. You can see here. Oh, it's upside down for you. You can see here that it shows you the mixture, the clear base, how much of each of those make like the purple. What do we got there? 50-50. 50-50 with the purple.
He said, I've always used rattle cans for my model car hobby until I came across your videos. I also have a project that I'm dying to try coloring.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. You don't want to put too much on here because we don't want to lose that line. Just enough to give that a little bit of a fade.
The one that said something about the color seemed like it can be right next to it. She said, I meant more the technique itself.
Oh. Yeah.
You could do it.
It ain't that hard. All I'm doing is just following the lines. Okay. That's looking nice. You see the fade we got going on there? In real life, it's looking great. The lighting is probably not that great through this, but keep going here. Tape removal blade. These plastic blades will keep you from scoring or cutting your paint. In this case, it's not really that big of a deal because we're pulling. If you have to pull off the edge where there's tape, you definitely want to. And those are included in the, there's a combo pack you'll see of the yellow LiMELiNE masking tape.
I'm almost done with the black and purple sports that I tagged you the other day, man. I'm using all LiMELiNE except the candy. Not a snag of that. Still looking half the color.
It's okay. We won't judge you.
Patrick said, can't you make root beer with those three colors too?
Yes, you can. Yep. And we actually did it on the dog bowl. There's actually a video on the root beer brown, how to mix that. If we had more time, we'd show it right now because it is loaded on, but
What size flake do you use?
I use LiMELiNE Flake, which is a mixture of 0.08 and 0.04. Nice thing about those is they're not too big to where they have to spray out of like a 1.7. And they don't have to be blown on, which if you blow in your flake on, be prepared to have to lay a lot of clear coat on top of that. That's the way I used to do it, and it was just such a pain in the butt. Spraying it on is the way to go. If you guys are new to it, take my advice. Don't blow it on. Okay, I just barely grazed over that because we are going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and clean out the red. You'll actually be able to see this happen. We'll go ahead and turn that orange. Okay. See, here we have straight gold.
You spray them at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. You can also mix these together to make your orange when you spray it. You can do either of these methods.
Remix them or
Pre-mix them, or you can do this. You can see how,
this is what I wasn't sure you could do.
yeah.
Right, mixing them. Like I said, I like the flake.
Thank you. Me too. Works good, huh? Okay. You can see how we tinted all of that orange. I kind of did stay away from the middle a little bit because I wanted to leave that a little more red so we could have more of the effect of the fade. But that's looking really good. That's all I'm going to do on that. We'll go ahead and move on. Yeah, pulling what I did.
Yeah.
I need those still.
Good thing you have patience if they come up to do them again.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not going to do them again. I'm going to make it work here. Okay.
Wow. Heavy said, wow, wow. And the sick piece said, that's sick.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool. I'm glad you guys are here to witness this. This is working out. Hey, but it's not over. I might still screw something up. Let's see.
It's like badass coming together. And then Nolan said, that's like Harry Potter magic.
Yep. It is like magic.
Harry Potter magic.
It's the best kind of magic, right? Well, there's black magic.
No.
What? That's not better? Okay. What? So we're going to work out this way on both sides. Looks like we just need to... Hopefully that's not too fresh to be taping on that.
Real loud, taping off with duct tape.
There we go. Okay. So we should probably do a green here. What do you think?
I'm not even answering. I don't need to.
Okay.
You ask and answer.
Okay. This time we're going to actually just spray a green. Okay. So we're going to take an empty cup. We're going to take some blue.
Why do you leave that center tape line in each section?
This one? Because I want that to be silver. I don't know why. I may actually turn it gold when I'm all done. We'll see.
Someone just asked that.
Yeah. So I got some blue here.
The red and the gold really pop.
And we got the gold. We are going to mix.
Fancy.
We got the gold. We got the gold and the blue together, and you can see. You can't see, can you?
No.
Let me get a stir stick. Mix these two. Well, now this is magic right here. What do we got there? That's green. We're going to reduce it a little bit more. Once again, we're putting urethane reducer in this to make it thin enough to spray. And there's really no hard rules with urethane reducer. You just need to make it thin enough to spray out of whatever instrument you're using. We're using an airbrush. It needs to be thinned out more because it's a very, very small instrument. It needs to have thinner paint. Once you do this enough, you'll just be able to get an idea by looking at it. You can say, oh, that's perfect. Or you just put it in your airbrush and it's like spitting out. You're like, that's probably needs to be thinned out a little more. Or you'll put it in there and it'll blow out. You're like, oh, that might need to be thicker. But go, if you're new, go through that. Go through the thin paint, go through the thick paint. It feels like. Okay, got that cleaned up. Green. This one we're doing a little different. We're pre-mixing the color. And And we'll go ahead and, but once again, we could have done the blue and then went over it with the gold to make the green.
Does reducer dilute the pigment of the color at all?
It does, yes. It's going to take more coats if you're thinner. But it's also going to dry faster. You're going to be able to apply it faster. It's going to go on smoother, and you're going to have smoother blends because it's able to spray out lighter and thinner.
If you add more gold, will it light up like a Jolly Rancher?
Yes. Yep. You could even throw gold on it after this, and it'll even it'll punch it out even a little bit more gold. Yeah. I love the color of this green, though. It looks amazing, right?
Yep. Pretty.
This one, I'm definitely going to hit it with the gold because I want these outer colors because I'm not going to have a whole lot of green on them. I want them to have enough candy on them. One thing you can also do is if you want to thin it out a little bit more to make your lines, just like we were talking, the more you thin it out, the less paint you actually have. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. I have the reducer in this little ketchup bottle, but I put a little bit more in there. I'll shake it up. You can manipulate things like this to be able to do what you want to do. Basically, this is going to take more coats to do the same thing.
Someone just asked, hey, I just ordered the 3-pack of candy concentrate. What ratio do you mix the candy to clear base coat?
You're going to mix it at a, let me make sure on the can here so I say it right. You're going to want 70% clear base coat, and the other 30% is going to be the candy. So whether or not, I mean, if you're going to do the green, you'd do 15%, 15% of the blue, 15% of the gold. And then 70% of the clear base or intercoat clear.
And if you forget, it's on the cans.
If you forget, it's on the can.
Like he forgets, it's on the can. That's why he put it on there, because he often forgets. So it helped you guys out too. So yeah, just read the back of the can, and it will remind you.
It's either on the candy cans,
or the clear. Can.
That's going to have to be an infomercial. It's a jingle. Oh, it's going to do it.
How long will the candy colors with clear base coat be on sale?
Till the end of September. Wait a minute. Is it August? Till the end of August.
Like, wait, no.
The end of this month. And you'll see some of them will stay on sale. They may not be. I think we have them 25% off right now. So you're able to get into all these candies with the clear base and everything for like $69, which is a super good deal because I don't think you can even buy one candy of House of Color for that.
No one said it's on the cans and also breaks down how to mix the colors, which is also really helpful.
Yeah.
Where can we get data sheets for the colors?
They'll be on the website, the LiMELiNE Paint Supply website, very, very soon. I have my guy working on that. Hopefully he's not the guy that asked last week. I feel bad. But yeah, we're trying to get that done. I know some of you guys for work are going to need that. All right. Let's not lose that line. Okay, looking good. So here I got a little bit going on that I'm gonna have to.
Did you put the gold on it? Did I miss that?
Oh no, I didn't do any gold. Oh man. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll go ahead and go ahead and tape that up. Maybe I'll just do those gold. That's what I'll do.
Someone said, is the price shown on Amazon before or after this 25% coupon? It's not $69.
You'll have to make sure you click the coupon. You'll have the landing page there. You'll have to click that coupon, and then it'll give you the 25% off. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm sorry, I could be wrong on the ultimate pack. On the 3 candies, you're looking at 60, I think 60 something dollars, because they're $99 regularly for all 3 candies. For the reducer and the clear base coat, I think that actually might be around $120, $130 with the coupon. But yeah, I apologize for that. But it's the 3 candies that are that price. Okay, we have the candy gold here. We're gonna go straight with the gold. Hit that with a gold right there. Oh yeah, not too much. Right here we'll hit it real good.
You have to have the Amazon Prime account to use the coupon?
Man, that is a good question. I don't think so. If you look on the Big Cartel website, you're gonna get the same prices on that. It's gonna be already discounted without those coupons. So if you're not an Amazon shopper, just look up LiMELiNE Paint Supply and you'll see the candies for sale there for dang close to the same price as what they are on sale on Amazon. So however you prefer, works for us. We ain't gonna complain. Okay, you see I kind of just lightened that up, give it a little bit of a gold look. Looking good.
Again, it kind of glitched.
Did it? Okay. All right, so far so good. We're going to have to move on to this side. How are we looking in time there, babe? We're not over 2 hours yet, are we? Hour and a half. Oh, we're going to hit the 2 hour mark on this. Okay, tape that off to save it. Once again, we're going to work on both sides of this 1/8 inch line that we laid out. We want to make sure we get that yellow cleaned out of there, because if we have a little bit of the gold mixed in with the red and the blue, you'll end up getting a brown. We might even end up being able to do a brown up here. You know that?
The root beer brown?
Yeah. You think? You think it'll look all right? That'll probably look all right. We could do root beer brown and gold, and that'll mesh in. That way they can see the brown too. People have been asking. All right. So we got purple. We're going to take the blue.
If you tried to pour that in a video, you didn't.
I know. I don't want to get on my board.
Okay, just pick Someone said you pulled the wrong quarter, or yeah.
I did it? I did it wrong? What did I do? What did I do now? Oh, I did. Good looking out. Okay, so I'm looking at my purple here. There's not enough red in that.
Do you see where you pulled the wrong?
Yeah.
Making sure. Cody, thanks for saving his bacon. Email me and I'll send you some. email on the info. That LiMELiNE email.
Yeah, I have. The funny thing
I
is,
say his bacon lots of times, so you deserve it. Funny thing is what?
the funny thing is like people will comment on old videos, like old live videos, and like, hey, I saw something. You get it? I won't spill the beans if you give me something. Like, hold me for ransom. I'm all, dude, I don't even care if you tell people I screw up. I'm like, I'm fine with it. What is it? What is it? I'm
That's
sure.
all I can see.
I'm sure there's something wrong. But yeah, he was.
Got a little
He
guy
was-
trying to crawl on your thing.
Really? Who? I don't see nothing.
It's on the green by the yellow. Little black spot.
Huh.
You don't see that bug?
No. I'm actually looking for my tape.
Which one?
The
This one?
fatter one, the 1/4 inch.
You don't see that bug?
No, I don't see nothing.
Don't tell me it's my swollen eye. Yes, it's a mosquito. It's right there on the masking.
Right there?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Don't push him too hard.
I think he went in your drink.
No.
Yeah, what happened there? Oh, all I had to do is just move this one over. Oh, I need a piece of tape.
Mr. C said, laugh out loud, blackmail you for gifts and prizes.
I know. I won't tell anybody.
That's funny.
I'll keep it on the down low.
How many coats have cleared a level of mosquito?
Yeah, I actually know that, I think.
What's the answer?
It don't take much, actually, because they cut and buff out pretty good.
Oh.
You just, their head's still in there. It's like, or their legs are still in there, one of the two. All right, so we have the purple mixed up. Let's.
If you put light blue candy over dark blue, will it lighten the dark blue?
No, nope, doesn't work that way. Very good question. That doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You need to work from light to dark. So anything you put on top of it, it will, however, if you put gold on top of green like we did, it will tint it that color, but it's not going to make it lighter. It's always going to make it darker.
Justin, oh man, he said things are bad here on Maui. Nice. To,
Oh, what the heck?
Nice to do some painting to take my mind off of stuff. Oh yeah, we love Maui. We've been there. It's so nice. I'm so sorry you guys are going through those terrible fires.
That's so crazy.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Beautiful place.
We love Maui.
Yeah, we've been to some of those places that are now just nothing. It's so sad.
Next row. Yeah, looking good. Once again, just going a little bit less on each one of these. A little more right there. There we go. Looks like we got 2 more. Yeah, so I think we're going to do root beer brown up there. We got some room as well. Okay, just graze over that one. Put there. And that's it. Just a little bit on those. Whoop. Not too much. Okay.
It seems like there's always something on my jobs that I know is there, but nobody else would ever know. Is there a true perfect custom paint job?
No, I haven't seen one. I can usually always find something, but I don't know. Some of those chopper tanks people do, you can make them pretty flawless if you don't have a million parts. But like a bagger, you ever see a custom paint on a bagger, you'll find a million errors because you only have so much patience for those damn things.
When you do foil impressions, I assume it takes a ton of clear coats to avoid an unlevel texture.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That method is there's a lot of people that have pulled it off and it looks great, but they have a lot of work into it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a very time consuming.
Yes, it is. We've done on a couple of motorcycles. Obviously on that hood that the video was done. Yeah, I might actually do it again, but I might try it with an epoxy kind of a pour method. That way you can get more done in less time, because it takes like 10 sessions of clear coats, probably like 30 coats total, maybe even more. Okay, so we're gonna go brown off of these. So let's go ahead and clean that up. Okay, we got those. Okay, let's do the brown right here. We'll do brown and gold. What do you say about that? So we have, let's go ahead and start with the green, because the green already has the blue and the gold in it. So the only thing we have left to pour in here would be the red. That's going to make the brown.
Someone said I epoxied the guitar body. It sucked. Ended up chipping off completely in a year.
Oh, really? Well, that's good to know. Yeah, sometimes it would definitely be one of those things you'd want to practice a little bit. Make sure it's durable. But the thing is, with custom paint, we're breaking a lot of rules. Added some red to that green. Hopefully this is enough. Oh, shit.
You got a murder scene over there.
Oh, man. What's going on here?
You got a murder scene. What's going on? Good thing you didn't spill it on the board.
Okay. It's not over yet.
Don't say that. Good thing you poured it off there.
Okay, yeah, we're looking good. We got a nice root beer brown here. You see on the edge of that? Oh, yeah, that's looking good. Let's get some thinner. It's a little bit on the red side. No, I'm going to go ahead and we'll put a little bit of more blue in here. Maybe just a little more yellow. Warm it up a little bit with that gold. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Just a little more gold. Okay.
Whoa.
We good? We good? We're going to go ahead and put that right there.
That mosquito. There's a mosquito attacking me because you killed its brother or something. Freaking won't leave me alone.
All right. We got some brown loaded up. Some custom brown.
Some root beer brown.
Custom root beer. Nice and dark. Pretty good. Once you get this, though, it's not hard. You just have to lay it out correctly. Like I could fly through this now. Really, just laying the tape took me a little bit of time, but okay, I'm gonna go ahead and thin out my paint just a little more.
If you lighten your pigment up with reducer, what do you do with the excess? Just mark it and save it for later. You must have shelves of similar views. That was tricky to say.
I mix up very small amounts and I end up just throwing out what it dries up. Like
Sometimes you put them in that paint saver cup.
Oh yeah, I'll put them in the little paint saver, cups that we have. Put a lid on it. But yeah, I usually just mix up what I need.
Can you mix candy and pigment?
Yes, you can. Yep, called a candy base coat. Mostly you mix candies with you can mix candies with white to make an actual pigmented color, and we did that on the last live we did of the Newman. That's basically just purple candy and white base coat. But you can mix. Say like you were to take the candy blue, and you were to take some of the pigments like this purple right here, and put it. This is a powdered purple pigment. It would actually turn it into a base coat. It's a pretty cool thing, a candy base coat. It looks awesome. Maybe I should show that a little more. There's a lot of stuff you can do with these candies.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that, huh?
See? Yeah, no, you should show that because I didn't know that. Not much on brown usually, but you're slowly converting it.
Yeah, brown's a cool color.
What about a liquid dropper to measure out colors more accurately?
Nah, not needed.
He is nowhere near close OCD or
No.
perfectionist
No.
or anything. So
No, the only thing you need to measure out is your hardeners. You need to measure out your hardeners.
that needs to be precise.
Pretty precise. You need like if it's a 2-to-1 mixture, like with part A, part B, you need to be dead on. That's not something you should be guessing on. But with the liquid base coats that don't have an actual hardener, you're just reducing them to make them do what you want to do. Like this is way more reduced brown than when I sprayed this brown, but you can see how light it's going on now.
You mixing colors, right? You just add more.
You just add more to it. Yep, you just add more. Either add more to it on the part as you layer it up, or you can make it more potent. There's a lot of different things you can do with candy, considering it's transparent. All right, I'm going to go ahead and, just the last two of this, and then I will put a little bit of gold over that. But I just want to barely graze that. Barely. Okay.
My son and I planned to build a 70s style chopper. He was adamant I would lay the paint. He was diagnosed with a rare cancer, putting our project on hold until I ran across your channel. Thank you.
No way. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool you're sharing that time with your son. Yeah, and hope the best for him, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some gold. And so you saw how thick that was? Now, this has been sitting out in the cup for a little while. We've been here for almost 2 hours. Already has lost a lot of the reduced Oh, we're back. We lost a few. Some of you still back. You want to click that make me main screen? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm glad you're still here. We had a little bit of an issue. Nothing we can't take care of. Oh, what the? Dude, this is just... Sorry, we're all over the place right now. Let's probably making these guys seasick. Okay. All right, we're back. We're back. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can still hear me. Where were we at here? Oh, a little bit of gold. Did I put it in there?
I don't know. That 2
Yeah, it's in
hours, it doesn't like it.
It doesn't like it?
Yeah.
Doesn't like when we go long. Okay, so we're going to hit this with the gold, and it's going to really warm up that root beer brown. This is the key to the brown, I think, is the gold over it. Oh, yeah, that looks great. Very, very good. All right, all right. Let's go ahead and we need to go with one more color here, it looks like, to finish it up. So we will...
Oh no, everything went sideways. I forget finally chewed through the Ethernet cable.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and maybe...
This
We'll
rough wave pattern is similar to raw beta just shade.
Yeah, I still don't understand exactly how he does that, so...
You don't understand how
No, I kind of do. It just blows my mind a little bit.
What mixing cups do you use?
I use the LiMELiNE mixing cups. These ones. You can buy them on Amazon. It comes with the little popsicle stir sticks.
And the Saver cups. I don't think they're on Amazon, but they're on the website.
No, they're on the Saver cups are there. They're just merchant fulfill.
Oh. Those are there too. People have showed us that they mark out on there like what color it is to save your paint. How long will the paint last in those?
You know, it all kind of depends on the paint, how it's reduced. It'll last a month or two, 3 months maybe. Hit that with the green. A little less.
Can't really see because you're kind of in the dark.
Am I? The better. And then I'm gonna hit that with gold.
Are you still foiling tonight?
No foiling. I'll put that in the video tomorrow, or whenever it comes out. I'm going to lay down some leaf though.
Not foil.
Yeah,
right?
leafing. Yeah. So it's called foil too.
Oh, okay. Well, you do foil too. So
Yeah.
foil.
It's a little
I
confusing.
guess I was. I guess I better learn the lingo before I learn Spanish, huh?
Well, there you go.
Focus is a little off now.
Uh-oh. I might be able to fix that actually. Or maybe not. All right, we're going to put a little bit of gold on this. And this one. Okay. Man, looking good. All right, let's peel these off and see what we're up against here. Oh, I forgot how good that looked. Let's go ahead and we can lower this maybe a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the black candy back into the airbrush here, and then I'm going to hit that with the black candy. I was thinking about maybe going gold with it. Let me think. Let me think real quick. Do I want gold? I'm gonna go with my first inclination of going with the black, but we could also go gold in these. Is that a bat?
I don't know. Something blew my point on the gold really looks good over the other colors.
Yeah, the nice thing is you can spray that gold, and it's a pretty light shade, so you can get away with a lot. Like it's not as dark as like just black. You know, you got to be careful with it. You know, I've never really done this pattern before. I just kind of, I don't know. I wanted to add something else besides just the lines. Let's see if it turns out. Okay, looking good.
Can
All
you
right.
do black, then peel and shoot gold?
Yes, I could. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there was black candy, someone said.
Yeah, there is now. There is now. Yeah, through LiMELiNE you can get black candy. For years I could never find it, but it's there. It works really good.
Someone said, I hate seeing this nice of a paint job on a skateboard because it's going to get destroyed. And then someone said, these are decorative. Nobody's skating this.
Probably not.
They usually go on a wall.
They're great practice if you're going to paint a motorcycle, that's for sure.
Because the curve in them?
Yeah, there's like, it seems like there's enough surface area here to do like, this is like what a fender would be, you know. This could literally be a back fender, right? Could curve over. You got a little bit of a side there. Do a little bit of a tape out on the side. Yeah, because this could easily go gold still. We could spray gold over that. We're going to leave it because I want it to match the outer edge, which is going to be, is the black. So I kind of want it to, I don't know, like match, harmonize. I guess that's the way I could say it.
Harmonize.
Harmonize with it.
Harmonize, I think, is sound.
No, harmonize. You can harmonize colors.
Can you?
Yeah. I could just be making that up.
Okay. If you say so.
Somebody back me up on that, even if I'm not right. You're like, oh yeah, harmonize. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's absolutely correct. Color harmony. That's definitely a word. Words. Yeah, I like that. What? Did I do that right? Yeah. We'll go ahead and pull off these. We'll just go ahead and leave those silver too. That's going to look good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the purple. Purple's my favorite.
You said green was.
Nah, changed my mind. Look at that purple. Look at the purple. That looks great.
They said colors are frequencies like tones on a piano. Both show or harmonize what you want. It's his channel. I guess he can.
Hey, if I want to make up stuff, I'm going to do it.
Go ahead. Do what you want. How many coats of clear do you use?
On top of this, I'll do 4 coats.
He said, you guys live next to a raceway or what? No, I know.
That is a true story.
We actually live out kind of in the farm. The horses go down this road.
Every once in a while, you'll get a Mustang horse.
But people do like to. There's no cops out here. That's why they like to go fast. Only sheriffs, which is big time trouble.
Yep.
They
Dukes of Hazzard out here. You can still run from the cops.
have-
Don't tell anybody I said that, but you can.
Can't because they are on the corners. They hide out.
Okay, that's looking good. Look at what we got going on
I
there.
sent you a $50 super chat. Said, Adam, you have
Wow, thank you.
Me out here looking like a professional, never touched spray gun before, watching your videos, getting nothing but compliments on my bagger progress, spraying blue candy this weekend, already have a job lined up. Yellow neon bagger next.
Oh, hell yeah. That is, yeah, I love hearing that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thanks for the $50
Thank you.
super chat.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here too.
Right on, that's cool.
Yeah, I like hearing stories like that, especially when they're able to. It's life changing. Once you learn custom paint and you get somewhat good at it, there's a lot of customers out there. And once you're doing something that you love, it's life changing for sure.
If someone is just getting started, what do you recommend? Ultimate candy pack, black transparent candy, and some Flake. What else?
The black candy, the ultimate pack. I would get the ultimate pack and then the black candy with it. That's going to get you started. An airbrush or Harbor Freight. I think you get into it at $30. A little compressor, you can get that there too. I think it's $100, and you're good to go. I mean, get some tape too, some fine line tape like we did here. Practice taping out, follow the lines, make the curves. Pull the tape too hard to see what it's like when you pull it too hard. You'll figure that one out real quick.
Clear.
Yeah, I mean, the clear coat could come down the line too. I mean, there's a lot to learn before you even get to the clear coat stage. So if you just have something to tape on, and really, I mean, if you're on a budget, like I know you're getting into the paint already, but if you're on a budget, you can literally get the mini hood and then some tape, and you're good to at least to start taping stuff out. And then once you got that down, airbrush and paint and a little compressor, and then after you got that sprayed out, then you're like, oh, maybe I'll try clear coating this piece. So you get a spray gun, 1.3 spray gun, and then you'll need to get some sort of a 2-stage compressor. You can get away with a smaller compressor if you're just painting small skateboards like this too. A little pancake compressor will work out okay. Probably spraying at a little lower air pressure. Understanding how the spray gun works. Like if you get your spray gun for the first time, I would say put water in it. Put water in it and feel like the way it squeezes. You could feather it. You don't have to go full blast. Like a lot of painters that'll teach you how to use a spray gun. They're going to say full on or full off. So, and maybe just feathering it out. But in the motorcycle world, it's different. You're going to kind of want to feather the trigger like you would an airbrush. I got to quit talking and start taping. I'm going to do this in purple, I think. I'm going to do this in purple, and then I might do, what's my second favorite color? This is going to look kind of funky maybe if I do that, but.
Unmasking is like opening a present on Christmas. Yes, it is. It's like, the awe moment, huh? Oh, look, there's 4 optional bullet holes on each side. What PSI do you spray the LiMELiNE 1.3 at?
The gun? Yeah, so I would spray around 22, 24 PSI. It could be all the way down to 18. Kind of depends on exactly what I'm spraying. If it's clear coat, it's going to be a little bit higher PSI. If it's base coat, it's going to be a little bit lower. And it's all relative. One thing you will learn with PSI, it's all relative to how thick the paint you are spraying. If it's thick paint, you're going to need a lot more air pressure. If it's thin paint, if it's almost like water, you're going to need very little air pressure. So keep that in mind. If you're spraying something and you don't have a compressor that can keep up, then you could always lower the air pressure and thin out the paint a little more. You know, you can only thin out clear coat so much. You can, I think 10% is what they recommend, but still thinning the clear coat out 10% will allow you to reduce that air pressure because it's going to flow out nicer at a lower PSI. It's one of those things where you kind of have to do it wrong to learn it. Like you have to feel what it feels like with not enough air pressure with thick paint, you know, or and then thin paint with lots of air pressure, you know, just like I said with the airbrush earlier, play with the thickness and the thinness of the paint, the viscosity of it, and play with the air pressure. And then that way, you know, what does what, you know, there could be some cases where you want thick paint and you want it to splatter because that's kind of what you want it to do. Maybe it's a technique that, you know, you're doing an 80s technique that could use that, you know, but yeah. Okay. I'll quit talking.
Can the small compressor run a gun to lay base and clear? Would it be better to get a pancake compressor and a regulator for airbrush?
I would get well, you know, you can run your airbrush off of a regular compressor. So if I was to choose, I would get a compressor to run a spray gun too. That way you can just use, you can just reduce the air. Putting in inline reduction, you know, just what's the word I'm looking for? Regulator. Yeah, so you can always regulate the air down in your compressor if you don't want to buy like a studio, like a on-demand.
Can you shoot the flake with an airbrush, or do you need a middle-sized gun?
You're gonna need a gun, a full-size gun, to do that.
Learning cut and buff is important too.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? Duncan Custom Airbrush said that.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
I have a friend who owns paint. He's gonna go get the messed up colors.
Can we see this? Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna lay that out so that's right there. Very nice. Go ahead and tape that down so it don't move.
What's your favorite airbrush? Mine's an Iwata CS.
My favorite would be the Micron, but it's just too expensive. It's even expensive to get it fixed, so that's why I don't even use it anymore. One of those things not necessary, but if you're doing murals and stuff like that, it sure is comfortable in your hand if you're in airbrushing for long periods of time.
When you're setting your air pressure, you want to hold the trigger down, open to adjust it, don't you?
Yes, you do. That is correct. Yes.
You had to do that action in your hand.
In my head.
Make sure I'm saying it right.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't. I forgot you had to do that. It reminded me of like, yeah, that is how that is. Okay, so I got purple in here. So once again, instead of like going all at it in the center here, I'm always going to start on the edges and move in. That way I can get a nice blend into the center. Like if I was just going to like get close right here, it's going to be all streaky. Probably look fine still. Not as good.
Of course, I buy Neos. Now he's not using them anymore.
Yeah, well, Neos are still good. Probably better still. I don't know.
And you still use them.
Oh yeah, I got a Neo. So that's what I'll use with.
He's just testing out this, putting this Avante to the grind.
Yeah, it'll break sooner or later.
He'll go back to his knees, because that's his.
Well, I have a couple of other airbrushes I'm testing coming up. So in the next few months, you'll see me using some off brands. I found another manufacturer that looks pretty promising that their airbrushes might be good enough. I don't know.
That rake almost has a paisley pattern. Where's it from?
This is like a piece that I had laying around forever.
Don't ask. It's my grandma's curtain.
Yeah, it's your grandma's curtain. Is that dark enough? Oh yeah, that's gonna be okay. That could have been a little darker. Wow, I wish that was darker. I'm going to try to line this back up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. I want that to be darker. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen.
Oh boy.
My tape was right there. I can see that. Ah, man. Okay. I'm not. Somebody asked about this earlier, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to wipe that off.
Oh, okay. There
Yeah.
we go.
Instead of trying to line it up, I'm just going to wipe it off.
With the urethane reducer.
With urethane reducer. I'm going to use the reducer because it's not as harsh. If you use lacquer thinner, it could, and this will still kind of.
Don't mess up all that taping over there.
Yeah, no, I'm not ruining this thing. I don't even need to get the edges all the way. Yeah, I do. If this is black base coat, I wouldn't need to get the edges all the way, but it's a black candy. You're going to be able to see. But you see how much it took off there? I'm just going to move to a different spot. Still wet right here. Okay. That'll be fine. There's a little bit here and there, but it's lace, so it's not. You're not going to be able to tell.
Do you do anything for moisture control on your airbrush, or is it even an issue?
It's not really an issue here. We're pretty dry here in Utah. But yeah, in places like Florida and stuff like that, you're going to want something for sure. Is Florida really humid? It is, right? Yeah. Okay, let me fill up my airbrush again because I like to make sure that I'm operating with a full cup here.
Do you have a clear on the site?
Clear coat, yes, it is. Clear base coat and the clear coat. Okay, back at it. Darken it up a little more, though. I got the edges good, but... Once again, just the edges moving in, but I didn't get the center, so make sure we get that this time.
What's the difference between the two?
Okay, there we go. That's better. What's the difference
I think
between...
he means clear base and clear.
Oh,
clear
yeah.
base coat and clear coat.
So clear base coat is like clear base coat. It's different. It dries fast.
Okay.
It's like black base coat or any other colored base coat if you used base coats before.
This doesn't have a pigmented color in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Should I do this in orange or should I do it in purple? You think it'll look funny in orange?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm going to let you choose.
Oh,
I'm going to do
yeah.
it purple like the bottom, or I'm going to do it in orange. Or blue. You tell me. Just tell me color. I'm letting you choose.
Orange.
Okay.
Orange. I changed my mind last minute. So what's the difference between the clear coat and the clear base coat?
Clear base coat, it acts like a clear base coat. It dries fast. It's used for transferring candies and pearls and metallics and stuff onto the surface. So it's a base coat that's clear that you can add stuff to it, and it's going to dry fast. It doesn't have any UV protection. It's not a two-part. It's just a single part. That all you do is you reduce it and you add to it. So it acts like a base coat. A clear coat is a two-part urethane clear coat that will chemically harden, and it creates a thick layer that will protect from the UV and from fuel and all the other harsh elements of the road and stuff like that.
When it comes to primers, are you using a self-etching type or no, because you're painting over it usually?
On motorcycle parts, usually you're painting on top of existing paint. So all you have to really do is scuff it down. And then if I do need primer, I would use a urethane primer, like a sandable primer. On motorcycle parts, if it's like factory paint, it's a good idea just to, instead of trying to strip everything off, the primers that they have on there, you just want to leave that. You know, you can get rid of all the emblems and all the pinstripes and stuff, but you can leave those primers. You want to keep those.
So you need both. You need both. Sorry, this is back on the thing. You were talking about primer, but you need both clear base and clear coat.
Yeah, you do need clear coat because you need to finish off with clear coat. That's what makes everything shine. Clear base coat's not going to have any shininess to it or any protection. All right, got your orange here.
Hopefully I chose right.
Hopefully you chose right. I think you did. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I think we got that one. Whew. Fumed it up in here. There we go. Yeah, it looks good. Haven't really done that in orange too much.
No, you haven't. That's why I said that.
I'll go ahead and fade that in a little bit. Maybe that'll be kind of... Okay, and I lost the black edging around this because I did wipe that down. This should have black right here, candy black. I'm gonna go ahead, spray that in. All right. Yeah, looking good. I think we're just about there. We're going to pull off this tape.
Cody? This thing takes 2 hours, I tell ya.
Don't like us going long. We almost got it, though. We should have told them we were almost done.
It's gonna be the greatest skateboard ever made.
Well, at least the greatest skateboard ever to hang on the wall, maybe.
Holy Nike. Whoa, it's getting blurry. It's really angry.
Uh-oh. It is? All right, well, we're almost done, so we're going to get the final look at the thing once I pull this tape.
Real angry around this time, huh? You know any companies that sell mounts to hold motorcycle parts for painting? As I do more and more of these cans and 2x4s are getting sketchy.
Yeah, there is. I can't remember the name of it. It's named after the guy that made them. I think it's like
Mr. C said PNR.
I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, okay. It's named after the guy.
I thought so, but I don't know. I'm not going to try because I can't remember. But there is somebody that makes them. So, dude,
Dude.
yeah, I know Craig Fraser has one, but that's all I know. I think it's called Jake's Tank Stands or something. I think if you look up tank stands on Google, you might be able to find them. But just some dude out of his garage makes them. They're kind of universal. I actually wish I had them. Pretty cool.
How long do you have to wait for your base coat, candy design, etc. to dry cure before you start laying clear? Then how long between clears? Then how long before leveling?
Between base coats, it's all relevant to like how you applied base coat, how fast, how hot it is, stuff like that. But usually 5 minutes in between coats on the base coat, depending on how you spray it. And then I would say 15 to 20 minutes on the clear coat, depending on how you spray it. If it's really hot, it could be 5 minutes. A lot of times you just test it on a spot that where like there's tape. Maybe you're clear coating this and on the back end you have some tape that's taping stuff off. Touch it to make sure if it doesn't string up and you're good to keep moving on with more clear coat. So like time is not really one of those things that's like a universal thing. It's like it depends on a lot of stuff. But you have, so base coat, as long as it dries, like literally this is ready to clear coat. You know, like this was ready to clear coat a long time ago. Like when you spray stuff on with an airbrush, it dries fast. When you spray it on with a gun, it goes on thicker. It obviously takes longer for it to dry. But I think that's it. I'm not going to worry about pulling these because I am going to leaf that. I'm probably going to use the variegated leaf and we'll leaf that up. But man, this turned out freaking really good.
PNR is abbreviation for Swampy's Peel and Reveal, not the stands.
Oh,
Like, oh, damn. Whoops.
got that one wrong. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not good. Thing I didn't say, oh yeah, that sounds about right. It's like this guy's talking out of his ass. There we go. That looks pretty good.
$500 skateboard now.
Yeah. But that wasn't too bad. I mean, we got a lot of good fades. Once we get this thing clear coated, I'll shoot some pictures of this and it'll look amazing. I'm not so sure about this. That looks all right, but yeah. All right. I think that's it. We're really glitchy right now.
Like 2 hours, I tell you. Looks awesome. Great job. Great. Came out awesome.
But easy enough. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats, man. That was just amazing today. That really helps out. I think that's it. We getting out of here?
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Thursday.
Adios.
You did it.
See you guys next Thursday.